Support for this NPR podcast and the following message come from Carvana. Selling your car? Carvana has offers so good, they're almost inexplicable. Sell your car 100% online in minutes. Visit Carvana.com today.
First, I want to start by asking you both a quick question, okay? So, having grievances, legitimate or illegitimate, are you a lover or a hater?
I'm going to say I'm a lover because every grievance is legitimate.
I am a lover, but I'm working on my hate side. Like, I do think it's healthy to hate some things and some people, and I'll name them.
In my humble opinion, summer 2026 has been one of the best ever. From a historic Knicks championship win to the World Cup tournament that low-key brought America together, to Love Island mania and a quite frankly career-defining album from Madonna, this summer has had something for everyone to enjoy. But as July is rounding out and we're halfway through both the summer and the year, I can't help but notice that the last couple months have also been defined by a cultural tidal wave of resentment. Some of our most notable pop stars, reality flops, and business moguls have been feuding, one-upping, or trying to get their lick back to a degree that gives me pause. So I have to ask, do we as a culture have a chip on our shoulder right now? To find out, I have the hosts of Let Me Say This, Hunter Harris and Peyton Dix, on the show for a midsummer vibe check. Peyton, Hunter, welcome to It's Been a Minute.
Happy to be here.
Thank you.
Hello, hello. I'm Brittany Luce, and you're listening to It's Been a Minute from NPR, a show about what's going on in culture and why it doesn't happen by accident. Having a chip on your shoulder is decidedly hot for summer 2026, actually. I mean, Summer House villain Amanda Batula, she announced that she's not returning to the show next season. New York Knicks owner James Dolan had some noticeable, possibly one-sided tension with New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani at like the Knicks Key to the City ceremony. Like, they won the championship. It should have been a happy day. But many observers noticed that there was a certain chilliness between Dolan coming from his end of things toward Mamdani. And it famously aggrieved celebrities Jussie Smollett and Karamo Brown, whose public feuds still have a lot of question marks around them. Admittedly, I still have a lot of questions about what happened.
Yeah,
but they have joined forces. And they have joined forces in a very public, romantic relationship to maximize their joint grief. I don't know.
Maximize their joint slay. Yes, literally. Also, joining forces, comedic gold. Oh my God. I mean, not like they're dating, but they're joining forces. They're developing an army against us.
Literally.
Yeah. We should all be afraid.
I wonder though, like, why is everyone sporting chips on their shoulders right now? Like, what's going on? Why is there grievance in the air?
Honestly, I think you forgot a big one.
Say more. Ooh.
Okay, if there is someone who culturally is known for having a grievance, it's going to be Taylor Swift. It's going to be the person who just got married at Madison Square Garden. I think that's kind of one of her big things. No, and I'm saying that with love. I think, we see each other. I really expected Taylor Swift to be on the list because I think that a lot of the MSG kind of fairy tale wedding ostensibly was about that she finally got the happy ending that she's always wanted.
So is that like a feud of like her versus New York?
Her versus the world.
Or like her versus the people? Taylor Swift versus the people.
I feel like it's like her in her like sort of imaginary high school coded brain.
Her versus the haters. She's like victory lap.
Yes. Yeah. It's a victory lap against the haters. Peyton, what do you think?
Well, I think people just like to fight, honestly. We love to bicker. We love a little tension, because what are we without it, right? But I think like these examples are so funny. I mean, something that the timing of the Karamo and Jussie situation is so hysterical
yes,
to me. A couple weeks after Jussie calls off his engagement, I believe this is happening, and after Karamo launches his flop AI like self-help. What is it? App,
but also too like after Jussie Smollett's like. Was it Harlem Pride performance?
Well, to call that a performance, I would say is generous.
Because I have that toxic trait where I do make things camp like quickly in a way that they don't deserve to be called camp. But that performance, It had a little sprinkle, a little taste of camp in it. You know?
Have I watched it pretty much every day since it came out? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout out to Bobby on Who Weekly who downloaded the app and tested it to speak to Karamo to see like what kind of advice Karamo gives. And it's so broken is an understatement of what's happening on that app. Like it is beta mode boots. Like it is just
Wait. Hold on. Karamo's talking to you. The voice is always going to be Karamo.
It's an AI version of Karamo talking to you, giving you advice. It's like, hey friend, it's Karamo.
I hope the check cleared.
That's in God's hands now. I don't know. The one review is like, I would be too scared to go on the show, so I downloaded this app and it doesn't work. And Karamo, I need help. Like it's crazy.
No.
Tech support is what they actually need, not life support. Tech support.
That is stressing me out. I feel like another thing that's very hot this summer is defining the relationship. As you mentioned, Taylor and Travis got married. What happened during that wedding that I'm reading out of the tabloids? Confounding stuff. But Zendaya, she started claiming Tom Holland as her husband. But I feel like while some couples have like declared their love, lots of other people have been disagreeing about how to define basic relationship terms. I mean, and yet another piece of rancid discourse born of Love Island. The internet was torn apart by trying to parse being boyfriend and girlfriend from being exclusive, from being in the dreaded situationship. So first I want to ask you both, is there a difference, or all of these things kind of the same thing? Like, what's going on? What is the difference between boyfriend, girlfriend, exclusive, situationship? What is the definitive answer? What's going on?
I don't believe a situationship is always a bad thing. I think if you're all aligned on the ambiguity of it, if you're both aligned on it remaining ambiguous, then you're in cahoots, and I think it's fine. You know, I'm gay though, so just know that my Rolodex for the way I see relationships is much more, you know, open. Again, the open-mindedness, right? But I do think that it is, especially with the example of Love Island, I do think you're either like dating or you're not dating. I don't think there's a difference between being exclusive and being partners. And someone's played in my face before with that kind of lingo. And I just don't find, because what is the difference? Like, explain to me now and quickly.
I do feel like maybe we have just come up with too many labels and names when it's really just one or the other. Although I do sort of think that if you're exclusive, you're not seeing anyone else. But just because I'm not seeing anyone else, that doesn't make you my boyfriend. Like, you have to earn that title. But I'm strict, so.
Interesting.
And also, you could be boyfriend and girlfriend and still be open, right? So there's also like, there's so many, I agree, Hunter. I think that we've just over-indexed on terminology that now it's kind of confusing us all, and we become the Spider-Man meme of like, so what are we? I don't know.
That's the general vibe. Like, I mean, if I really think about it, like I was watching and I was just like, I've been watching all this discourse unfold for days and days and days. And I'm like, on one hand, I am strict actually. But also I've been with my husband for 11 years. We've been married for 4, but we've been together for a million years.
Girl, you have a Virgo moon. I know you're strict.
I'm very strict. I'm so strict. I can't help it. But yeah, I mean, after we had been dating for 2.5 weeks, we basically became exclusive. But like, that would have been, I think, even for me, a little early to be boyfriend and girlfriend. We didn't have time, but like maybe a month after that, he said, I love you. And then I was like, oh, I guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. Right. And he was like, oh yeah. So now I'm like, was I in a situationship? Am I boo-boo the fool this whole time?
I think you're only in a situationship, and it becomes a bad thing when you don't know you're in a situationship, when it's like one-sided, as Peyton was saying earlier. Like, It can be, a situationship can be a beautiful place. I would never drop anchor there, but I think it's fine to be, you know, casually seeing someone, and the situation is, you know, beneficial to both of you.
I feel like a lot of people have deep fears about breakups, even though that's always just par for the course and always an option, no matter like how open or closed you are, how long you've been together or not. So like, I think there's a lot of fear around the idea of labels, because the minute you label it, it's something you could lose, and lose with more maybe attachment. But I just think like, if you move into a relationship where you know that there's a chance that like we might grow apart, we might change, things might happen, and this might come to an end, I think the finality of that feels more severe when you add boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner to the question.
I'm like, We got to get our hands dirty. I mean, I say we. I'm not doing any of this. I'm at home watching other people.
Fully married.
Literally, like I'm at home.
Coaching from the sidelines. Thank you.
Literally not participating in any of this. But I think you really hit upon something, which is that honestly, it kind of feels a little bit connected to people just being haters, having chips on their shoulders, having all these grievances. There's like a lack of, I think, faith. Not just faith that something could work out in a relationship, but almost like a sort of pervasive, sort of like culture-wide lack of faith that like even you could recover from heartbreak. Everybody gets that from time to time, I think. But like there's this, I think sometimes almost like a catastrophizing, like imagining something terrible, like a breakup that would be so difficult that you could never possibly experience any happiness after that. And that seems like that's kind of baked into here too, this total lack of faith.
They need to get off of Love Island is what they need to do.
They just got to do the artist's way.
We're going to take a quick break, but first, if you're a longtime listener or brand new to It's Been a Minute, be sure to come back every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for brand new episodes. And did you know you can make it even easier to get new episodes by hitting the follow or subscribe button on your favorite podcast app? Whether you're a new friend or a loyal bestie, join the team by subscribing today. Coming up after the break.
I'm someone that I grew up standing as a former twihard.
Stick around.
This message comes from BetterHelp. People talk about mental health more openly now, but asking for help can still feel hard. BetterHelp's 2026 State of Stigma report surveyed 2,000 Americans and found that 85% believe getting support is wise, yet 74% say society discourages people from doing so. Don't let stigma stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/NPR. Support for this NPR podcast and the following message come from Carvana. Selling your car? Carvana has offers so good they're almost inexplicable. Sell your car 100% online in minutes. Visit Carvana.com today.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Strawberry.me. Be honest. Are you happy with your job? Are you stuck in a job you've outgrown or never wanted in the first place? Are your reasons for staying really just excuses for not leaving? Let a career coach from Strawberry.me help you get unstuck. Discover the benefits of having a dedicated career coach in your corner and get 50% off your first coaching session at strawberry.me/NPR.
This message comes from Audible. Manifestos are a call to action, an artful scream. They capture people's anger and try to do something with it. Dan Taberski's Manifesto is a podcast that attempts to take the manifesto back from mass shooters and nihilists and return it to its rightful place with regular folks with just the right amount of crazy. Listen to Dan Taberski's Manifesto wherever you get your podcasts or binge the entire series right now only with Audible.
The last thing that's on my mind this summer is I'm feeling like a vibe of general thirst, and not just for the rippling muscles of the world's finest international men's soccer players. That made me think of another group of people that I suppose one could describe as thirsty. Christopher Nolan fans bought IMAX tickets in July 2025 for The Odyssey, which came out in July 2026. I love a movie as much as the next person. I don't have the patience to wait online, like around to buy stuff. It just stresses me out. I can't do it.
Well, you have a job. You're employed. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. And I have to and that's all I can focus on. Okay. All I can focus on is coming to the job. But I don't know. I can't help but think that like the film bros that forked over this money a year ago to see a movie that came out this summer, I don't know. I can't help but wonder if any of those people would see themselves in the Swifties that are like waiting outside for spare desserts from Taylor Swift's Madison Square Garden wedding. But I feel like there's definitely some overlap there. I wonder, like, what are you all seeing in all of this? Like, do we need to unpack our thirst, or am I just being a hater?
Wait, Brittany, don't make me defend a man. Like,
I didn't realize Nolan had barbs like that.
I do think that we had Caleb Heron on the show a couple weeks ago on our show, and we were kind of like talking about like boys loving sports and how it's like, oh my God, like they're like the Swifties of, you know, the Spurs or whatever. And he made a good point that's like, let men love sports because it keeps them out of Theo Von podcasting, that kind of incel culture. Like, they find community here. Let's let them have it.
That's really interesting.
I do die for that one guy that's like, Jalen Brunson is my father. He's my doctor. He's my I live. Again, I do want to redirect that energy again towards like maybe more like important cultural and political events. But let's start here.
Jalen Brunson is a political event.
Jalen Brunson is a political
He's
event.
a key to the city.
I mean, I feel what you're saying, right? Like, there's like a type of obsession, though, I feel like, that can come with something.
Like a mass hysteria.
Yeah, sort of like when you want to see a movie and then it's like, oh, well, I didn't buy the tickets 26 days ago. So even though it's coming out this weekend, I can't see it because every film borough in the tri-state area or wherever you live, whatever county you live in, has bought all of the tickets. I can't tell if people are doing it out of enjoyment or doing it because...
out of like duty, out of like groupthink.
I don't know if there's a line between consumption and enjoyment, how wide or thin or blurry that is. But like sometimes it feels like a sort of like I'm checking this off as opposed to like, oh, I wanted to see this movie. I really like this director. Well, look, I am a film bro, so I understand the impulse. But even sometimes I'm like, this is too much. It makes me kind of wonder, I don't know, like what's the line in between wanting to enjoy something, I think, among a group of like-minded people and like kind of turning something that maybe is meant for enjoyment into a sort of spectacle that kind of feels like a little bit removed from the actual thing itself.
I think I don't mind the spectacle of it when, to Hunter's point, when it's a product instead of a person. I feel like it gets into really dangerous territory when we pedestal people in that way. I truly thought you were going to bring up Club Chalamet and the non-binary Parisian waiting outside Connor's story. So that's what I thought you were talking about.
That, I mean, to me, I'm like, that's almost like beyond thirst. That's like actual stalking, danger, violence.
Well, yes.
That was wild.
I mean, to stand is a dangerous game.
Well, yes, a physical assault, yes.
Yeah. So that's where I thought you were going with it.
Do I wish that it was easy to buy movie tickets? 100%, but also I'm happy that people are seeing a movie that's not like
AI generated.
I don't even know, a freshman year gender studies idea of a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like, you know, because I'm someone that I grew up standing like as a former Twihard.
Wait, at Twihard, is this somebody who's into Twilight? Twilight came out when I was in undergraduate.
Okay, that's fair.
So I missed
the mass hysteria of it.
And you're never too old.
It's never too late to start. Never too late to start. But I do feel like in so many ways, a lot of my queerness and a lot of virtual community for the first time for me was built loving this book and movie. And then eventually, yes, these actors, right? Like I was introduced to Kristen Stewart and then watched every single movie she was in. Turns out I'm a lesbian. If that wasn't a clear through line. But, you know, so there's something that I think could be really like magnificent and transformative and exciting about building community and understanding oneself, again, through a product or an entity versus like a person. Like I was never like a Crisbian. I was for a brief like hysterical week, but I think I was just like on my period. But like a Crisbian is a different thing than a Twihard, right? Like to be obsessed with Kristen Stewart.
a Crisbian. I think I again, contextually, I think I understand what a Crisbian is.
I'm so sorry. I forgot that I'm brain dead. And other people have fully developed frontal lobes. But Crisbian is a Kristen Stewart fan.
I love that name though. That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
This is for a very niche audience. I'm so sorry. Sorry to the NPR listeners. Hunter, I'm curious. Have you ever done that thing where you waited to buy a ticket or for anything, for a concert or a movie or anything?
Well, famously, when the 7th Harry Potter book came out, I made my aunt and uncle go to the bookstore and pick it up for me because I saw a rumor on the internet that people were running around like spoiling the last page in parking lots. And that was like a big fan community for me when I was like growing up. But again, it was like I liked Harry Potter and like the world and not J.K. Rowling herself, which is, you know, what gets people tripped up. But I think the last time that I really stayed, like, if you're in line, stay in line, was when I got an Amex card so I could get tickets to the Haim pre-sale.
Oh, you were serious? 5
years ago.
You were
and
serious.
That's on financial irresponsibility.
You're a dream customer, by the way.
Yeah.
A dream customer.
And I'm not proud of it.
I feel like you've illuminated so much of what I've been trying to understand for the past couple months. It's overall been a good summer, but also I'm like, between the heat, some accusations of FIFA mess, a lot of the things that we have discussed today, still in recovery from having watched Love Island. There's a lot I feel like that I personally have been working through, that I think our listeners and viewers have been working through as well. And I can't think of two better people to have discussed all of this with. Thank you both so much. Hunter, Peyton, you're wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was so fun.
That was Hunter Harris and Peyton Dix, co-hosts of the Let Me Say This podcast. This episode of It's Been a Minute was produced by
Alexis Williams.
This episode was edited by
Nina Patak.
Our supervising producer is
Cher Vincent.
Our executive producer is
Barton Girdwood.
Our VP of programming is
Yolanda Sanguini.
All right, that's all for this episode of It's Been a Minute from NPR. I'm Brittany Luce. Talk soon.
This message comes from Capella University. That spark you feel? That's your drive for more. Capella University's FlexPath learning format lets you earn your degree at your pace without putting life on pause. Learn more at capella.edu. This message comes from Jerry. Are you tired of your car insurance rate going up, even with a clean driving record? That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/NPR today.
Instead of scrolling mindlessly, engage mindfully with the NPR app. With a mix of on-demand news, stories from this station, and your favorite podcast, you can relax without shutting off your brain. Download the NPR app today.